Well, hello there, folks, and a very warm welcome back to What's for Tea. It's lovely to see you all again as usual, and I hope you've had a good week and that I find you very well. And thanks for coming over again this week just to see what I've made for the family meals throughout the week, as usual, starting on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday. So let me go and show you what we had. And if you've not subscribed yet and you do like these kinds of videos, please consider subscribing just before you go, because about 60% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So yeah, there you go. So on Monday, as you can see, we had chicken pie. We do like a wee pie, as you'll have noticed, if you're a regular viewer, whether it's mince pie, chicken pie, steak pie, we just like a pie. So this is a chicken and ham pie. So it's just a creamy filling with puff pastry around the case, and then some roast potatoes as well, which I parboil and finish off in the air fryer, and then some white cabbage, which I just boil and add some white pepper and butter to, and then some chicken gravy using the juices from the actual chicken as it cooks. And this was lovely. We all thoroughly enjoyed this, and we really do like cabbage, hence why there's lots of cabbage there. And then moving on to Tuesday, we had spaghetti or spaghetti bolognese. Sometimes I like to keep the minced beef mixture and the pasta separate, but lots of times I just combine them both in the one pan, and it's just lovely. It doesn't taste any different, it just looks a wee bit different. So we've got some garlic bread on the side. That's just half of a garlic baguette. That's the bolognese pasta. In the middle, with a wee bit of grated cheddar on the top. I didn't have any mozzarella or parmesan, or I would have added that, but it's lovely all the same. And then moving on to Wednesday, one we haven't had for ages was chicken enchiladas, and I absolutely love this. Mr. What's for Tea is not the biggest fan, although he will eat it, but yeah, I love this, and I like these really, really spicy, but I have to try and keep them mild because I am the only one that likes really spicy stuff. So I've got some salad leaves, tomato and cucumber with a wee bit of olive oil. And I did manage to get parmesan, so some parmesan on the top. And then that's those lovely chicken enchiladas, which are just out of the oven and piping hot, as you can see. So it's just chicken breast and a whole host of seasonings and sauce in the middle, and they are ultra saucy. It's a sort of marinara tomato style sauce with Cajun type seasonings. They're just lovely, and this is them here, just out of the oven. And then moving on to Thursday, if you're in the UK, you'll be well aware of Greggs and their steak bakes. So this is a Greggs steak bake, but these are the ones from Iceland. So it's the ones that they sell in Iceland under the Greggs brand. And I'm convinced they're just the same. They taste exactly the same to me, so I reckon it is actual Greggs steak bakes. So I've got some creamy mashed potato, that's the steak bake there. It is just beef stew and a very rich gravy with the puff pastry, so a kind of pie with the creamy mashed potato. And then of course we've got to have baked beans if we're having anything in pastry, or usually if we're having anything in pastry like this and mashed potato, I will make the baked beans because I think it just goes really well, especially with the pastry. And then moving on to Friday, you will have seen these in my wee Tesco shopping unbagging the other day, if you're one of the 3 that watched it, because there's not many of you watch that, and I do get it because I do buy a lot of the same stuff every week. But yeah, those were from Tesco and they were lovely. Some chips on the side, and then some garden peas as well. And I made a quick parsley sauce just for over the top, just to take the dryness off of the chips and those wee fish cakes. Yeah, just lovely. I had a jacket potato with tuna. That's what Mr. What's for Tea had. And then moving on to yesterday, we had chicken Kievs. Again, you will have seen these in my wee Tesco food shopping unbagging the other day. So that's the chicken Kiev. So it's chicken breast and it's stuffed with garlic butter with breadcrumbs on the outside. I made a potato dauphinoise or potato gratin, however you like to say it. It's just creamy sliced potatoes with cheese, and then some green beans with a wee bit of butter mixed through as well. And again, not something we have all that often, but I do like this kind of thing, and I love those potatoes, but they just take a wee while to make. And then moving on to today, a very Scottish dinner. So we had haggis. You know, I don't think it gets more Scottish than haggis or mince and tatties, but certainly haggis is one of the first things that come to mind when you think of Scottish food. So we've got some haggis and some very creamy mashed potato, and there's mustard and parsley in there as well. And we like to have swede, you know, if we're having haggis, neeps and tatties. Sometimes I mash the neep or the swede or the turnip, but I've just kept it whole this time. So that was everything that we had this week. So thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, and a huge thank you as usual to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page and to the channel members here on YouTube as well. And I update those lists about once a month. So if you're new to either Patreon or channel membership, your name will be there soon. And thank you all for watching, leaving your lovely comments. Those that share the videos, those that have bought me a coffee using the Buy Me a Coffee link or left me a super thanks donation for the channel on the channel. And I will catch up with you during the week. Take care and bye for now. Bye now.